I'm Mickey Sumner, and I directed a movie called I'm Listening, which is playing here at the festival.
My name is Aiza Fatima, and I am one of the writers, producer, and actor of the feature film Americanish.
My name is Roy Wall, and I'm the producer of Americanish.
The producer of Americanish. Yeah. He finished. He just like made the whole film
No,
happen.
that's not true. We actually have an army of producers. I think 38 of us.
But the most important one is right here.
That's not true. But yeah.
What advice do you have for students who are interested in filmmaking and interested in diving into the world of filmmaking?
Make it. Just do it. I just made this film on 2 iPhones and did post-production on Zoom, and we did 4 days of pre-production and 4 days of shooting, and like it's possible. I'm sure most people who are younger than me know how good technology is and how accessible it is. So I would say if you're an actor, my biggest advice is to write. I wish that I'd started writing when I was told to by other actors. Like, make your own make your own shit, just do it. And don't wait around for casting directors. And yeah, if you have an idea, like, do it. Just do it.
Manage your expectations, and know that there are different markets, and perhaps what the kind of stories that you want to tell versus the lifestyle that brings with it might be 2 different things. So find your voice, make films, don't wait for others to help you. Look around yourself and ask your friends to help you instead of like out there somewhere helping you. And just push for it, disrupt. This is the time for disruption, so I hope they do it.
I think every person is unique and everyone has a unique story to tell. So tap into that. Tell the story that's very specific to you, and it will have universal appeal. I guarantee it. And I do, because I think people often get we've been getting a lot of questions since we've been here about oh, I don't know, I'm like a white guy, what story can I'm like, tell the story you have to tell. That's your story to tell. That's important. And it's probably, I guarantee you're an individual. It's your story. It's probably never been told before. Also, just finding your community. It's very important, because this can be a lonely kind of art form. So find a community that you can work with, and just cultivate each other. As an American Muslim woman, I feel like the stories about my peoples are always it's like a battered, abused woman with no voice, and often the stories aren't actually told by Muslim women at all. So I partnered up with the director Iman Zawari about 8 years ago to take characters from my one-woman show, Dirty Packy Lingerie, and turn them into this feature film that's become Americanish. And we're also diverse Muslim women, because she is Egyptian American, I'm Pakistani American. She is actually also visibly Muslim. She wears a hijab and I don't. And I feel like some of these nuanced experiences of what American Muslim women look like and think and feel are completely missing in the media. We're just portrayed as just being one way and a monolith. And so it's important to us to show different voices, and that's what this film does. It's an ensemble piece with 4 female characters that are very different from each other, and it's really important for us to kind of amplify those voices.
For me, one of the most interesting part of the film is the difference between Muslim and American Muslim, which sometimes can't be seen so easily. So I think this film certainly presents that, and I hope besides making some impact, we make people laugh with humor and connecting all of us through the story. So
I mean, I think I always wanted to do it. I grew up in Mississippi in a very small college town. Not quite like this. This is way more progressive. Ours was very small. And I didn't, and it's about representation. I never saw anyone who looked like me on the screen, and I never thought I could do it, even though I was kind of pursuing artistic stuff as a kid and even in high school. I just didn't know how to make a career out of it. And it wasn't until I moved to New York, and I was actually working at Google, and was surrounded by a lot of artistic people in tech. Because, Google, it's like everybody's ridiculous. They're like a, New York Times bestseller who's now working at Google, and the professional ballroom dancer who's also the HR person at Google. And so I just got really inspired to kind of pursue something creative for fun, and that's how I started. And then here we are, all these years later. I was able to leave and just kind of pursue this as a career.